Let's try an experiment. See if you can pay attention to these notes while this song is playing. Let's just try it. See how it works. Okay. So, we have this triangle here. Well, inequalities in a triangle, I should say. This is something you should really pay attention to. This page right here. So what I'm going to do is, see, I can't even do it. I keep listening to the song. I can't even concentrate. And so I'm just basically just wasting time here because I like the little beat. Yeah, I came back over. We'll talk about this in a second. Just a little warm up. Short notes today. All right. What I should have been saying is this right here. You got this example here. It says mark the largest side, longest side, smallest angle, and sort of thing like that. Here's what you need to know. These two lines here and these two theorems here. The longest side and the largest angle are opposite each other. So say that's the biggest angle. This is the longest side. The shortest side and the smallest angle are opposite each other. That's something that's very important to keep that in mind. So you want to write that down. Let's talk about theorem 5.10. If one side of a triangle is longer than the other side, then the angle opposite the longer side is larger than the angle opposite the shorter side. Okay, so that makes sense. AB is bigger than BC, the side, so the angle opposite of the 5 is less than the angle opposite of the 8 side. So basically what this is saying is opposite sides of the longest side is going to be the biggest. The opposite angle of the longest side is going to be the biggest angle. The opposite angle of the shorter side is going to be the smallest angle. All right. If one angle of the triangle is larger than the other angle, then the side opposite. And so it's basically saying in both ways. In short, plain English, the smaller angle, 50, 30, that's 80 degrees. All of these add up to be 180, so B has to be 100 degrees. So AC is the biggest side, but let's just look at 50 and 30. Out of these two angles right here, BC has to be bigger than BA or AB because of the angles opposite of them. There's a relationship between the angle and opposite of the side. That's why in a right angle, opposite of the right angle is the hypotenuse. It's the longest side because all the angles in the right triangle are going to be less than 90 except the right angle. And so it works with the sides and the angles. So if the side is long, the angle opposite of it is going to be bigger than the side that's short. That's a simple understanding. Let's take a look at an example. I got this from a book online. Name the sides from longest to shortest. Okay, longest would be side DF. The next one would be side EF, and then the shortest would be DE. You get that, guys? You go in order of the angles: opposite of the biggest angle, opposite of the middle angle, and opposite of the smallest angle. Look at these. Name the angles from the largest to the smallest. So the angles here, I need to tell you which one is going to be the biggest angle. All my sides here, out of all the sides, the biggest number is 17, so angle N has to be the largest. Then angle L has to be the next one, and then angle M will be the last one because it's opposite of the smallest number. All right. Again, just kind of going through these just so you can understand how this works. Name the sides from the longest to the shortest. Okay, so now we know the angles. So side HG has to be the longest, is opposite the biggest number. Side JG has to be next or in the middle because it's opposite the middle number. And side HJ is is the shortest side because it's opposite of the 35 of the smallest angle. Simple enough, right? Let us look at another theorem. Triangle inequality theorem. You'll hear about this one from time to time. The sum of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the length of the third side. So basically you can pick any two sides of a triangle, add them together, they should equal more than the other side that you didn't pick. If it doesn't work, then it's not a triangle. Alright? If it doesn't work, it's not a triangle. Alright? So, look at this example. It says, can the sides form a triangle? Think about it. 3 plus 5 is 8. Remember, the sum has to be greater than the other number, so that don't work. 9 plus 5 is 14. It's not greater than that. Same thing here. Let's see how it works here. Well, kind of gives you an explanation here. 3 plus 5 is less than 9, and 3 plus 5 equals 8, so that don't work. Let's do 3 plus 5 is 8. That's greater than 7, which is what this says here. 3 plus 7 is greater than 5. So if I do those, I get 10. That's greater than 5. And 5 plus 7 is 12. That's greater than 3. So each time you add one pair, it should be greater than the one that's left over. So let's look at these down here. 5 plus 7 is 12. Is that bigger than 13? No. So I don't have to add the other ones. This cannot be a triangle. Let's try this one. 6 plus 9 is 15. That's greater than 12, so that's okay. What about 6 and 12? That's 18. That's bigger than 9, so that works. And 9 and 12 make 21. That's bigger than 6. So yes, number 8 here can be a triangle. And so here's the deal. What you have here, when they talk about triangle inequalities and stuff like that, you got different ideas that to me make sense. Any two sides of a triangle added together should be more than the third one. It doesn't matter which two you pick, okay? That's the triangle inequality theorem. And the next time you have some inequalities, and again, don't confuse, that's what this is saying, don't confuse angles with the greater than and less than. So make sure you're consistent or careful about how you mark this. These theorems basically state that the biggest angle is going to be opposite the longest side of any triangle. The smallest angle is going to be opposite the smallest side in any triangle, and vice versa about the sides and the angles. Very simple concept and very simple idea, guys. That's really all I have on that. We'll do some worksheets and assignments. I got questions on it. Make sure you get this down here, and make sure you get this down. And that's really it. Very simple idea. Back to the music.